Okay, now today we are going to learn about the sine, cos, tangent, which is your trigonometry functions. For sine, cos, tangent, which the angle is more than your acute angle. So for an acute angle, is actually angle that less than 90 degree. So means that the angle that for more than 90 degrees, which is lies between your second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay, this technique is to determine the sine cos tangent based on the angle that given is more than 90 degree. So before we start our lesson today, so you have to remember a few important things, which sine cos tangent is positive in different quadrant. So every time you start with this, just remember the keywords is add sugar to coffee. So for add means the keyword is A, which is all. So means all your trigonometry functions, which is your sine, cos, and also tangent. Of course, your second, cosecant, and cotangent are all in positive value. Okay, while for second quadrant, the keyword is S, which is your sine, and also the 1 per sine, which is your coseconds, are in positive value. S is your sine, which is your sine and cosecant are in positive value. While for the third quadrant, T is actually tangent, and of course 1 per tangent, which is your cotangent, in positive value. Okay, well for C, fourth quadrant, C stands for cosine. So your cos and 1 per cos is second, which is positive value. So if you remember this one, then your work will be easier. So let's start with the example. So if let's say you have value which is sine, determine the value of sine 130 degree. So 130 degrees are actually the angle that lie between the second quadrant. So we know that this is in second quadrant. So 130 degree is in second quadrant. So in order to determine this one, so we just to remind that this angle is lie in second quadrant. So in other words, this value will be positive value. So positive value, but how do you determine which related to your reference angle? So your reference angle will be the angle at here. So you find the angle at here, which is 180 minus, so the angle at here is 180 minus 130. So 180 minus 130, so you will get 50 degree. So this one is 50 degree. So in other words, it's a positive value and is equivalent to sine 50. Okay, I repeat, you just remind that your own, every time you do the way of determine your sine cos tangent, just remember that which quadrant the angle lies on. So for 130, it's lie on second quadrant, and sine is positive value, means you get your positive value, and then you find the reference angle, which is the angle that between your line and also your x-axis. I repeat, is between the line and also x-axis. So this one is x-axis, so the reference angle will be here, which is 180 minus 130, which is 50 degree. So just positive sine 50 degree. So of course here sine 50 degree, you can press your calculator. So you will get 0.766. Of course you will ask yourself why we don't want to just press sine 130 degree. So in order to learn this type of technique, is actually helpful when you are solving questions that involving trigonometry function which doesn't have any value for it. So it will help you in the coming lessons for your additional mathematics. Okay, of course, let's say you have this value. sorry, I just give an example. 200 and okay, give an example of 200 and 200 degree. So in order to find this value, cos 200, so cos 200 actually lie on the third quadrant. So is basically at here, which is in your third quadrant. So this is your value. From here to here, this is your 200 degree. So now, how do you determine cos 200 based on your reference angle? So remember, reference angle is the angle between this line and your x-axis. So your x-axis and this line is the angle at here. So how do you determine the angle at here? So you use the 200 degree minus 180 degree. So remember, this one is 180 degree, which is your straight line. So 200 minus 180 degrees, so you will get 20 degree at here. So in other words, which you want to find cos 200 degree is actually equal to cos 20 degree. But of course, is whether this cos 200 is positive or negative depend on the third quadrant. So you know that third quadrant is only tangent and cotangent is positive value. In other words, your cos 200 degree will be negative value. So it will be negative cos 220 degree. Negative cos 20 degree. So just press negative cos 20 degrees. So you will get negative 0.9397. Okay. So why is negative value? Because it's lie on the third quadrant. Remember, third quadrant is only tangent and cotangent are positive value. So your cos 200 will be negative value. Okay, now let's say you want to find cotangent. Cotangent 255 degree. Of course, cotangent is actually the inverse of your tangent, or the 1 per tangent 55, 255 degree. So in order to find your cotangent 255 degree, so you just need to find your tangent 255 degree. So how do you determine your 225 degree? So 225 degree is actually lines on third quadrant. Okay, it's line on third quadrant. So it's very important that to determine which quadrant of your angle are. So your angle will be at the third quadrant, 180 from here to here, so it's 255 degree. So how to determine your reference angle? So your reference angle will be the angle between this line and your x-axis, so this angle. So in other words, this angle is 255 degree minus 180 degree. 255 degree minus 180 degree, this straight line angle. So you will get 75 degree. So your reference angle is 75 degree. So in other words, 1 per, okay, now this tangent 255 degree, so which is in third quadrant and is positive value. So you just know is a positive value, so you no need put a negative sign on it. So 255 is actually equivalent to your 75 degree. So it's actually 75 degree. Okay, so now you can press your calculator, which is 1 per tangent 75. 1 per tangent 75 degree. Okay, because my calculator is quite different from the 350 calculator, so I just put in this. Okay, so you will get 2 minus square root of 3. Okay, let's say you don't want to use this method, so if you have this type of calculator, which is actually very easy, just press this before you key in your value for your cotangent 255. So 1 is up on the upper value, and your tangent 255 is at bottom value. So tangent 255. So you will get 2 minus square root of 3. Okay, so I hope that you learned this one and you can understand what I want to go by far, of course. Now, last example that I want to show you, let's say you have your cosecant 370 degree. Okay, this 370 degree is actually more than 360 degree. So you just need to actually just minus your 360, so it will be equivalent to your cosec 10 degree. It will be equivalent to your cosecant 10 degree. Why? Because of 370 degree. So use the method that you learned on the example above. So cosec 10, you can be pressing using calculator 1 per sine 10 degrees, so you will get 5.759. Okay, let's look at the other example. Let's say you have your second 520 degree. So if it's more than 360, so just minus 360, so you will get 180, which is second 180 degree. So second 180 degree, which is equal to 1 per cos 180 degree. So 180 degree for cos is actually -1. It's actually -1. If you cannot remember, which you really forget what is 180, so you just press your calculator, so it's -1, so 1 per -1 is actually -1. Okay, let's say you have sine, so what's the good example? 400 and I don't want 400, so something, it's okay, 600 degree. So 600 degrees, which is the angle that more than 360. So by far, so 600 minus 360, so you will get negative, you will get, sorry, 600 minus 360, you will get 240. So it's actually 240 degree. So sine 240, so this one you will be repeat this step. So 240 is actually lie on third quadrant. So 240 is actually lie on third quadrant. So this is 240. So of course the reference angle will be here. So 240 minus 180, you will get 60 degrees. So in other words, it will be equivalent to sine 60 degree. But sine at the third quadrant is a negative value. Remember, sine at the third quadrant here and the third quadrant here is a negative value. So don't forget to put your negative sign, because your sine in the third quadrant is a negative value. So in other words, negative sine 60 will be negative square root of 3 per 2. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed these lessons, or if you have any questions that you want to ask, just ask me. Okay, so that's it for today.